Well, Britain's royal family has been caught off guard by this shocking announcement from Prince Harry and his wife Meghan. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex say they'll be stepping back from their roles as senior members of the royal family.
The Queen and Prince Charles apparently were not consulted. Our correspondent, Ollie Barrett, is standing by outside Buckingham Palace in London. He joins us live right now. Ollie, wouldn't the Queen have had to sign off on this decision that, Meghan and Harry made?
Well, it is clear from the statement that was issued by Buckingham Palace shortly after the statement that came from the Sussexes that the Queen had not signed off on the announcement that was made by Harry and Meghan. And you could tell from that statement that the Palace was certainly taken by surprise. We've also been briefed since then that senior members of the royal family are hurt, disappointed, and the translation of that very diplomatic royal language is that there is some real anger here at Buckingham Palace among senior officials, but also among senior members of that royal family. The statement from Buckingham Palace suggests that there are lots of details still to be worked out about how exactly this is all going to work. So I think we can surmise from all of that that the Queen has not yet given permission and has not yet indeed even worked out exactly what this is going to look like translated into the real world.
Well, the statement was very diplomatic, but what does this mean on the ground? Is there perhaps the chance that the Duke and Duchess leave the royal family without their titles?
Well, according to their statement, they intend to continue many of their royal duties. They talked about collaborating with the Queen. They talked about their duty to the Commonwealth of Nations as well. They talked about continuing their patronages to charities, but they did also talk about finding a new progressive role in the institution of the monarchy. We don't know exactly how that will manifest itself. It's going to be incredibly difficult, for example, for Harry and Meghan to pursue one of their stated ambitions, which is to be financially independent. How can you be financially independent if you are Prince Harry? You have been brought up in this family. You continue to receive money from the Duchy of Cornwall. You continue to receive security paid for by the British taxpayer. So one of the many unanswered questions we still have about the roles that the two are going to play in the future and the role, if any at all, for their son Archie as well.
All right, speaking of those British taxpayers, how are they reacting to this news?
Really mixed reactions. Very hard to come up with a general response from the British public. Many have huge sympathy with Harry and Meghan and the position they've found themselves in, some of the treatment they've received and complained about from sections of the British media. Harry himself has talked about how he effectively believes that some of that treatment has been racist when it comes to some of the things that have been written about his wife Meghan. At the same time, there are Britons who are really quite aggrieved by the fact that even if they do support the idea of Harry and Meghan pursuing a different path, that they don't appear to have given the Queen much advance warning that this statement was going to be made and the way in which this statement was going to be released. I think many Britons feel that they have mishandled that part of this equation. Certainly Harry and Meghan are held in deep affection by many Britons, and for many Britons that won't have been changed by this announcement, but it very much depends, I think, now on how all this plays out over the coming months and years in terms of how Harry and Meghan retain their position or otherwise in the hearts of the British people.
Oh, that's right. We will be keeping an eye on that. Thank you very much. Ollie Barrett speaking to us from London.